If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
TV, and to be able to get kids now at Dunbar to see this was the tradition before they were even thought about being born. You know, this was 25 or 30 years ago, and they would probably look at Skip Wise right now and go, that guy was good? Yeah. Come on, or Kirk Lee, right? But now you get to see it. 25 or 30 years later, you get to hear people talk about it, and that's the neat thing these days. You know what it's like, Coach. You're with the Baltimore City Schools. Kids are motivated by what they can see. I want to be able to see it. I want to be able to, you can tell me all about it. I want to be able to see it. That's going to be neat on Thursday.
What's the old saying? A picture's worth 1,000 words.
Right, absolutely.
I think this is true in this case. Let the youngsters see how the history of the school, and they will appreciate it more.
And the crowds and just the whole, like we were talking about with Kirk and Keith Booth called in yesterday. Sneaking in to get in the building. Can't get a ticket. Got to sneak in. They told Kirk, if you want to stay, you got to clean up. You got to sweep. That's the only way we can get you in.
That's true. Yes.
You got to look like you're working.
That's right.
And I can just remember in the old days, Keith Mills and the guys in town, Vince Bagley. I can just remember when I was 22, 23 years old, talking about Dunbar basketball tonight. Can't get a ticket. Hottest ticket in town.
It was the hottest ticket in town. We had we switched the JV game to play first. The old days.
Yeah, varsity played first and JV played second. Right? Then everybody leave, right?
We switched it around to let the JV kids play first, and we would bring the main attraction on last. But ironically, in order to get to see the varsity play, folks would line up and buy
20 degrees, 30 degrees. It'd be cold back then, man. It ain't cold here anymore. It used to be cold.
And the JV kids, they were really overwhelmed because they were playing all the time in front of a sold-out house because people came early to get their seats prior to the varsity contest. It was really great.
When we come back, we're going to talk about David and Reggie and the Georgetown stuff. But real quick, other kids in the community that didn't go to Dunbar, though, that you looked at and you said, boy, oh boy, I'd like to get him here. Give me a couple names of some guys that you really respected that were part of the basketball tradition here that didn't go to Dunbar, that you guys went head-to-head with, and you were like, man, if I can get him, we'd be even better than we are now, which was tough for you because there were seasons when you didn't lose a game.
You probably start with Kirk Lee's brother, Ralph Lee. Ralph Lee was a student-athlete at Poly. Lived right up the street from the school, but he still decided to go to Poly. And became a great player, went on to play at Xavier, played under, can't call his name now, former coach at Wake Forest. But he played under him. And then, of course, there's a young man by the name of Chet Brightful. Another student who went to Poly, graduated from Poly, went to Lafayette College. Had a great career and doing extremely well now. His father was an outstanding basketball player at Morgan State University, Charles Brightford. So then we look at the Mark Tubman, the Calvert Hall kids.
Farrell obviously had a very good career there. Went on to play in the NBA as well.
Lived right in our community. Went to school down at Lombard Middle School. Farrell, Pop Tubman, all those kids, came in our area, lived in our area. And there's another kid named Spate years ago, played down at Southern High School, the old Southern. So there were a lot of kids that, sure, if you had a wish list, you wish you could
have them all.
Have had, but we were very fortunate to have some outstanding student athletes, enroll in our school, and they had great careers and great success.
You mentioned, and then we'll take a break and come back.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.